Shalom, everyone, and welcome to Rags to Riches, where we discuss God's laws, principles, and the keys to help you and me unlock the kingdom within. Okay? So let's just jump into the video. Now, today, I want to talk about bad company and how the company that we keep plays a major role in the kingdom of heaven and receiving blessings from the Father and receiving the promises that He even promised to us and our forefathers. You understand what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. And I don't really think a lot of us understand. I didn't understand the importance. You know, it's like when they say you are who you hang around, show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future. All of those things have been true, but we let our emotions cause us to, be engulfed in that person instead of actually looking at the actions of that person, looking at how our life prosper or the lack thereof when we're with that person. You understand what I'm saying? So the Father is saying no more in this season. Are we just going to be tolerating people just because of their title? No. Because Christ already told us your foe shall be there of your own household. So it's always going to be somebody close to us that's doing some shady, some flaky stuff. Those are the ones to look after. They talking about some don't speak to strangers. Listen, every time I look around and I see that and I hear the testimonies, it's always somebody that was close to them that did them wrong. So the Father is saying no more in this season. This season is time to look at the spirit of the person and no longer looking at the title of the person. Because the Father is landing blessings and He wants to bless His children, but He is not going to deliver the blessing when you're around the curse. And that goes for all of us, okay? So let's talk about it. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners, corrupt good habits. Why did He say be not deceived? Because He wants us to know, don't take this lightly. This is serious. Your whole life won't move if you continue to be around people that's toxic, that don't want to see you win. Because if they don't want to see you win, by default, they want to see you lose. And the Father is of elevation. The evil one want to pull you down. So even though that may be your cousin, that may be your brother, they may be your mother, but the spirit within them is evil. And until they decide to give their life to Christ and allow Him to transform them, they're going to always be like that crabs in a bucket. And you got to choose. Do you want to have your life at a standstill? Or do you want to move forward in the things of the Lord? You understand what I'm saying? And you ain't got to feel bad. And I know you will feel bad at times because we care about them and all that other type of stuff. But at the end of the day, if you got to give them up to God. You understand what I'm saying? You got to give people up in situations and circumstances to God because He can handle it better than we could ever. And we got to go forward and handle what He told us to do in the secret place as far as His purpose. You understand what I'm saying? You can't hold up God's plan because you and your feelings. Because the Father, he not concerned about that. He like, all right, come on. You weeped a little bit. Okay, you was in mourning. Get up. Come on, get up. It's time to go. That's how the Father's looking at everything. Because think about it. How can two walk together unless they agree? So if you around people that don't agree with nothing that you say, they can't take no advice, they can't none of this stuff, but they can constantly complain and gossip to you. They're just pouring all of that stuff in it and rejecting all the good things from you. And they're corrupting you. You understand what I'm saying? They're corrupting God's calling that He has for you. And the Father is not going to take that lightly at all. Because it's people that are attached to you getting out there, stepping out there and receiving your blessings, because it's going to do something to your spirit when you receive those blessings. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to give you a certain level of confidence. It's going to give you a certain level of faith so that you can go out there and conquer for God. But you letting these people around you dictate that, your vision concerning what God told you? Nah. The Father said, nah. Iron sharpen iron. It says in the Proverbs, iron sharpen iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. We supposed to be around people and listening to music and going places that make us better. We got to be around things that make us better because our spirit is sensitive to all things. That's why when you hang around somebody, you start sounding like them. And even in some long-term relationships, the man and the woman start looking like each other. You understand? That's why it's like you can hate a song on the radio, and then they keep playing that song on the radio. Eventually, you're gonna be like, and start singing a song. You be like, I don't even like that song, because it's oneness. So even when you think stuff not seeping into your spirit, it is. That's why the Father is saying evil communication corrupt good habits. This is the word of God. Don't be deceived. That's why he's saying be not deceived, because a lot of people don't think. They be like, man, I'm doing this for God. I'm doing this for God. And I can't seem to come up. My life ain't getting no better since I've been. Have you checked your circle? Have you checked your circle? You understand? Have you checked? Have you checked your circle? Have you checked your circle? That's what the Father is telling us. Matthew 7:6. Give not that which is holy unto dogs, unto unclean things. And unclean people. It's unclean spirits in those people. Neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. So you keep trying to tell people this and keep trying to tell people what God is doing for you. Look what happened with Joseph. They don't care. They're not happy for you. They'll play like they happy to get what they need and then use what you gave them and use it on you and turn against you. The Father's not playing in this season. There's a harvest and he is wanting to bless his children, but he will not deliver the blessing when you are around the curse. Because think about it, you fasting, you praying, you building your spirit man up. The Father's pouring into you, and yet and still, if you look in the spiritual realm, how he's seeing it, he not looking and seeing your mom and your brother and your cousin. He looking around and this demon surrounding you. So by the time he deliver that blessing, yeah, they're going to circumvent you and steal it. Because that's what the enemy does. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So if the enemy is playing within them, they're going to do the same thing to you. They're going to steal your joy. They're going to steal your happiness. They're going to steal your gifts. They're going to rob you of your promise. And then that's going to be a lifelong feeling of regret. You understand what I'm saying? Because time is ticking and there is a sense of urgency in the spirit. You understand what I'm saying? So take heed to this. Cut those toxic people off. It's like cutting weeds out the garden. No matter, you can plant all the beautiful flowers, but if you don't attend to those weeds and pull them up out your garden, eventually they will choke you out. You understand what I'm saying? They will. By divine law, they will. Okay? So remember, the Father will not deliver the blessing if you are around the curse. Cut them off. Choose this day who you will serve. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to go with Christ? Or are you going to stay in your feelings and stick to the people who don't want to see you win anyway? Okay? So, yeah. I hope that helps.